on education, I would say in my own country, Nigeria, education's in crisis. We're not only getting teachers that have not been invested in having the poor levels of teaching, but just millions of children that are either being left behind or even when they come out of school don't have the right. I think the new government has a huge challenge to try to put in policies that will strengthen from the local government and states up. We need to make accountable in Nigeria the 3 tiers of government. They've all got responsibilities for this. The 700,000 children that you're talking about is a local government and state responsibility. Now we can provide the enabling policies for that, but in the end, the resources and the implementation will have to come from there. Now, can Nigeria afford at the very basic level education and health and nutrition for children? Yes, it can. But at the current moment, when there are many asks of the resources on Nigeria, it makes it very difficult. And I think that they will need to look at the way they handle their tax base, the way they handle the efficiencies in government between the 3 tiers to get that done. The international community has to respond because there will, even with the best will in the world in Nigeria, there'll still be a deficit. And that deficit needs to come from a means of implementation, whether we're talking about trade and the barriers and therefore the disruption of some of the supply chains that have happened that we've found difficult and expensive to recover. They will come from financing, whether we will continue to be able to hold the line on the debt that we have to repay. I think in the case of Nigeria's domestic debt, so a little easier, not much more easier to deal with. Technology, how fast we can move with that. Many of the things that Akim talked about with technology have provided an opportunity to leapfrog many things that we would have otherwise taken decades to do. Access to education, e-commerce, and Nigeria has a huge population that can move in leaps and